It was the story that shocked the nation. A 45-stone woman so addicted to food that she died after binge eating on takeaways in her hospital bed. The woman was 41-year-old Sharon Mevsimler, and the headlines were brutal. The press poured scorn on her obesity and blamed her family for feeding her addiction. But the truth of Sharon's life and death was a very different story.
The paper said that we were bringing her food up into the ward. The only food we ever bought her was fruit, but she wasn't eating anything.
This is the real story behind the headlines of one woman's battle to control her addiction to food and the desperate attempt to save her life. It's the summer of 2009, and Sharon Mevsimler has been admitted to hospital to undergo a major operation for her obesity. She weighs over 40 stone and knows that without surgery, she only has a few years to live.
I've been trying for the last few years to be able to get help that I knew that I couldn't do it on my own. I want the op so badly because that's my only way to be able to reduce this weight and get back out there.
Sharon's surgeon, Shaw Summers, is one of the most experienced in the country. He's performed over 2,000 operations on the morbidly obese, reducing their stomachs to the size of an egg. For Sharon, the surgery is high risk, but it could be the only way to save her life.
I think every year that passes is a lucky year for Sharon. I think that her chances of seeing the next 10 years through are less than 50-50, because at her sort of weight, she might get through if nothing untoward happens, but if she gets a bad cold and gets a chest infection, or gets a blood clot in one of her legs, or has another illness unrelated to her weight and her body will just not be able to support that illness, and it will kill her.
Sharon may be an extreme case, but she is emblematic of Britain's growing problem with obesity. We are now the fattest nation in Europe, with over 15 million adults dangerously overweight. If current trends continue, by the next generation, over half of the British population will be clinically obese.
We have a huge number of people who need surgical help. They are beyond dieting. There's probably in the region of about 60 to 70,000 people in that position today in the UK. Most of the people who come to see us who have a significant weight problem and a repeated failure to lose weight have a reason. None of them wake up one morning and think, do you know what, I'm going to be really fat. They lose all ability to regulate themselves. They feel a complete failure. And unfortunately, they then don't feel that anyone or anything can ever help them again. And paradoxically, food then becomes the only thing that makes them feel good, even though they know it's their worst enemy. And they're trapped.
This house in Chelmsford, Essex, has become a prison for 39-year-old Sharon. Bedbound because of her size, with the exception of hospital visits, Sharon has not left her room in almost 10 years.
I feel like I don't have a life at the moment. I just feel I'm just existing. It does get to you being shut in the room all the time, not be able to leave the room. Most of the time I do have those curtains drawn. I don't really like myself one bit. There's not one part of me that I do like of myself.
Sharon is incapable of looking after herself and relies on her family for everything. Her mum, Anne, comes every morning to wash her and helps her to the toilet, which is also in her bedroom.
I think she's used to it now. The carers used to do it, and then she'd have all different carers, different faces, like every other day, and that was degrading for her.
Feels good.
Some of them would just, just give her dirty looks, and how did you ever get this fat? They couldn't understand it. No one can, not unless you've really been overweight. I don't think anyone else can understand her situation.
Anne used to be overweight herself, so understands exactly how her daughter suffers.
I'm in pain most of the time because I'm always sitting in the same position, and with all my sores and stuff as well, it doesn't help. I just don't like myself or what I've become and how much it's changed me. I just don't like looking into mirrors. I just find it very hard because it just doesn't feel real at times. That how did I let it get this bad, and how did I not notice when the weight was going on?
Even the simple task of being washed exhausts Sharon. She needs oxygen day and night as she struggles to breathe because of the pressure of her weight on her lungs. It's a constant worry for Mum Anne.
Let's face it, she's not going to live very long in her condition. I'm worried about her dying in her sleep when she has difficulties in breathing. Sometimes, she cries over the phone to me that she can't go on as she is.
Sharon has a serious addiction to food. For years, she's tried and failed to control it.
I find food as comfort, and I enjoy it at the time of eating it, and then I feel depressed afterwards because I have. It's just like a vicious circle, and it just can't stop. That I feel like it's controlling me. It feels I'm alone all the time, being shut in this room 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's just, I don't see the outside. It's no life for me.
And Sharon remembers only too well the life she's lost. This was Sharon in her late teens, and on her wedding day when she was 20 years old. It was at the start of her marriage that her weight began to pile on.
When I got married, I spent about 100 quid just on chocolates and crisps because I could, and I used to just binge on a whole load of stuff and not notice calories because I didn't have to. No one was telling me I can't have it. When I look at those photos when I was slimmer, I just can't believe it was me to what I look like now, and I just don't know. It just feels like it doesn't feel real. It just feels like someone else.
Sharon uses the internet to order most of her food and takes deliveries throughout the week.
That's one of the substitute items.
Right, okay. I'll powder.
Okay, that's heavy.
Bloody hell.
Cheers. That'll be it. Alright, okay, that'll be it for now. I'll sort these out. Thank you.
The pleasure Sharon gets from food is stronger than the fear that her addiction is killing her.
Alright, this is my stuff for later. My treats that no one else gets to see. My boost, my picnics. Ooh, what else have I got here? My sherbets. My gums. Marshmallows. Alright. And I'm going to put all this stuff under my cupboard for later because I hide them so that no one else can see what I eat, so otherwise they take it away from me, and that makes me feel safe. They make me happy when I'm eating them, so they're for later.
Coming up, Sharon is told she's going to get the help she needs. Finally, a reason to celebrate.
This is the last time I'll be able to eat a birthday cake, so I must well enjoy it while I can. Oh, that was nice.